Hello and welcome to this message from vehicle manufacturer and OpenTTD, of course, where we are back with SpeedyNet. Oh yes, this is a joyous moment because I vividly remember me saying last time that I was going to look into the issue of certain trains from a certain train set not appearing. I have solved it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is the message from our very new train set, and they want us to try out their very first new train. Of course, we're not going to, but I just, thought that this was the perfect moment to chime in and start a new video. Now, in the meanwhile, in between the last video and this very nice, very joyous message showing up, I have done some stuff, mainly some, balancing stuff out and, checking throughputs and production and see that we had capacities according. We're gonna put no, by the way, over here. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I might be wondering, like, okay, so you've been doing balancing and this happened? Yep. So, just to give you a quick rundown on what we had and how it is now. See, if we go over here and we see what the production rates are, I think it's safe to assume that it's a pretty one-on-one deal, right? I mean, unless my eyes are deceiving me, this is one-on-one. What we had, however, I never really, I don't know why I had it set up like that. But what we had was very long metal trains and then very short supply trains, with the engineering supplies. But we need them to be, to have equal amounts. The problem is that, what I first wanted to do was to make these trains split trains with half of them engineering supplies and half of the wagon carrying metal. But that doesn't work because there are no depots here to make the switch, and if we try and do that with our collector stations over over somewhere, over here, we run into the issue of this. So we cannot set the train to unload only because then it wouldn't pick up metal, seeing how it is split train. And that is when you start running into the really limited train order options that we have. I'm sure there's some mods and GRFs out there that let you specify a lot more things, but we don't have those. So yeah, the two train solution was the best I could come up with. Now there is, if you take a look at this, and we'll go back to the list we had from this station. No, not that one. This one. If you take a closer look towards this screen, and you need a very sharp eye for this, but you will notice something very odd and peculiar, and I'm not talking about these different types of wagons, nor the lack of profit on the last year. I'm talking about the locomotives, and you will see that these locomotives are different than these ones. I have made the supply trains faster, and I released all the supply trains after the metal trains. Now, I'm not really sure whether or not that will have any lasting effect, but how it started out was that all the supply express trains, they were all trailing the metal trains, which is kind of how I want it to be, because what I'd have happen ideally is that a metal train comes in, like, I don't know. Yeah, look, over here it's happening. This train has just unloaded its metal. Over here we have 132 engineering supplies, which is pretty much what this train delivered here. And then we have this train coming to pick them up. However, I also see that we have a train over here, also eager to pick them up, so I don't know if it's really working out that well. But the idea is there, couldn't really figure out a way to handle this better, so this is what we got going for us. For the rest, see, if we take a look at production, this isn't really that great. This is normal, I believe. Yeah, this one's doubled up, but it's like a quarter to half of our iron mines or something in between, like doubled up in production. That's nowhere near close enough to having all of them gung-ho quadruple. And that is because that message from the manufacturer popped up while in the midst of me just letting things run, see how things play out, and, you know, and apply changes where needed. But since we're playing right now, I'm not just gonna wait and sit and have everything running. Oh no, we have forests to hook up, and lots of them. Let us take a look at where these forests were exactly, because yeah, I mean, it might seem like, oh, he's getting right back into it. It has been quite a while since I last played it, so I do need to find my bearings again here. Sawmill, where are the... There. Right, let's disable these names because they are annoying. So basically we have our sawmill over here. Well, there aren't really that many forests over here. Let's at least grab these two. And then these two, so that we have, like, you know, the forest close by. And I don't know, I don't think we have this one hooked up. No, we don't. You know, so we'll grab like these three then, I guess. You know, and then we'll start worrying about how we're gonna handle all the other forests. Like these ones over here, for example. And, well, I think we got these covered over here, actually. Yeah, these are from, like, you know, our old networks. So. Yeah, time to hook up these forests over here, and it seems to me that we might want to do some, well, you know, fan building or appeasing of the local authorities before we get started. Alrighty, 2 forests hooked up. Even though I might have gone slightly in the wrong here when designing this, because what I should have done is had this loop around this way, but well, that wouldn't really have made sense. I wanted to go around the forest, so yeah, in the end I decided to go, the other way around. But I could have just as easily made this one of those shorter, in-out stations, rather than one that loops. But, oh well, choices have been made and things have been built. So now we have these 2 forests producing extra for us. Oh man, this is so tempting to just bring all the timber over here. We're not gonna do that, but still. No, let us see where the other forests are, right? They are over here and over here. Now the distance between these is too far to do by road. Yeah, almost definitely. So that means that for this one, we as well need, we as well need, have I dubbed? No, there are stations here, but I believe that Plutfield hates me that much. Yeah, it's appalling. Right, we can get that up. However, I was thinking about the town of Great Drahil City. Yeah, no, not something I made up. And how we're gonna keep them in the fold, as as they say. I was thinking about a harbor over here, but clearly that ain't gonna be part of the plan. So what we can or could do is, because I believe this is nowhere near a city, nor does it have a station close to a city, now does it? Now, alright, balls, somewhere close in the network though, we should be. No, not really actually. I mean, what we could do, this is just theorizing over here, what we could do is we could just have a passenger train going from this forest, because we don't really need to invest much, if we build a station over here with a fully fledged junction here, so one that goes 2 ways, we could then hook up both the wood and we could get some passengers moving to Plutfield around the lake, because all the tracks are there. All that we need is just an extra train that unloads over here. So I don't really see the issue with that. Oh, this does have double production. Good. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. And then this one will just join the tracks we make for this one. Oh yes, I can yeah, oh yeah. This is gonna be something, man. And yeah, this one as well. This needs some duo hooking upping or something like it. In any case, that's for later concern. Let us first get these 2 forests as well, so that we have the more difficult parts done and under our belt. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and we have managed to hook up yet even more forests. I will admit that for right now this will suffice, this mess that we made over here, but when traffic increases, there's a good chance that we'll have to revisit whatever it is that we made here, because, yeah, because of how it looks. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, in any case, it is functioning right now. So, how much? 528. That is not bad at all. However, we need more, of course, so let us quickly take a glance at the map, and we will see that there is, of course, this one forest over here, but that is pretty much the last of the forests that we can hook up to this sawmill. I mean, there are more forests that we can cater to, but they're all down here, and I wanna start with a separate setup, preferably, especially for the ones over here. I mean, the distance is just too long. It would create way too much traffic, so yeah. Well, however, before we worry ourselves about that, we have this forest to worry about. So, the thing is, of course, we're gonna have to service the oil as well as at some point, but as you can see, the terrain here isn't really cooperative because of, well, this massive hill that this is situated on. Easy way out for us would be to put it somewhere over here and then follow the hill a little bit, just go around it and then have it hook up over here onto these tracks. The best way for the trains, however, would be if we hook it up over here and then just straight onto the tracks, you know, because otherwise we'd have to go around like that. I mean, that's just a detour. I don't like detours, so we're gonna try and see if we can avoid those. If we were to place a station here, huh? Because, well, I'm thinking out loud here, but if we were to place one of these wood loader stations here. Ooh, it doesn't make it. So that means that it can't be on this side of the track, so it has to be... If I am able to get 2 more tiles of station, say like out here, then we're golden. However, I mean, then there is still the issue of... Right, so we have station here, but yeah, we run into an oil well. So the only real option is to place a station over here and ferry the wood towards the station. And to play it safe, we'll keep some margin from these tracks so that we could, if we wanted to, upgrade them later on. So this would be where the station has to go. I'll make it nice and long for the oil. And 9 tiles is long enough. I mean, we have, you know, we do have quite a few trains that could be a lot longer. But I think 9 is pretty, you know, with 9 we are applying a hell of a lot of foresight. Maybe a little bit too much even, you know, in terms of what we're gonna get in terms of production. Now, well, it's better to be a little bit too enthusiastic than to lack station length when you can't add anymore. Right, and that's some wisdom for you right there. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly hook all of this up. So, yeah, we'll be right back, right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have hooked up all the forests over here. I am curious now as to what the current state of affairs is over here. And this is joyous news. We are moving all the engineering supplies. There's nothing stacked up over there. But you have normal production. That's not good. You have doubled production. That is good. You have normal production, not good. I believe that's the only 3 iron ore mines really that we're servicing. So of all these, iron ore mines, all this clever stuff that we got set up over here, you are carrying things. So it is working to an extent. It's just that we're lacking the supplies. Maybe I'm checking this after we just had a bad run of supplying that area. How about our very far away iron ore mine? How are you doing? Wait, what do we have over here? So this has doubled production. That's interesting. And you also have doubled production, which I also find quite interesting. So over here clearly it is working. Right. I think we have 2 more, one of which is over here, where the amount of metal here is slowly declining. So you are doubled, good. You are doubled, also very good. Over here it might actually work out. You are doubled, which, ooh, now that is a very, very promising. I believe down over here. Normal and normal. Alright, so over here, I mean that is quite a distance away though. Doubled, 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 normal. Although it seems that either it just dropped down from being doubled or it's about to receive some more supplies. Yeah, I think this one's just having the short end of the straw, basically. Right, so that's looking rather good. I believe that if we open the map up once again, the other one was over here, wasn't it? I believe. Yeah, look, see, and this is all doubled too. I believe I just checked this, by the way. So, but there should be an iron smelting station. That is not you, close by somewhere. Am I just getting crazy now? Am I missing an iron smelter? Oh yeah, it's these ones. Look, you've been doubled, you are doubled up. You are coming down from double production, so... Oh, and so are you. And you are still doubled up on production. So it's fairly safe to assume actually that our method is working as intended. Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to assume here. Right, well, I do see a few things. We have an absolute crapload of supplies over here. We have some over there, but I think it's negligible. We have some over here. So clearly the station closest by, which is this one, has most of the supplies. So, to me that means that I kind of need to start thinking about, rather than having all these big trains, what we need to do, and that is something that I need to balance stuff out for, and maybe even check what how many ticks it would take to timetable everything, because it's not really the capacity what we need to keep in mind here. We need to measure how far it is for each train. Well, not even how far, but what travel time they have from this big central station towards their gather station. We then need to, find the ratio of these travel times, like the relative ratio in between, these 3 stations, and then lengthen up the trains accordingly, which means that the stations closer by will get longer trains, so that the visit frequency will be equal. I hope that made any sense, you know, but yeah, in my mind it all makes sense. It's not about capacity, it's about frequency. And now the one closer by is getting, well, pretty much all the stuff because of the higher frequency. So yeah, that's basically what it's getting down to. But we have done quite a few things today, and even though we're not quite finished yet, we still need to get this wood out here. I'm gonna do some of these calculations, you know, right after this video is done, and see if we can get this to balance out a little bit. And then hopefully see a more even distribution of the engineering supplies. But that and more is all something that we're gonna do next time when we play more OpenTTD.